Greetings everyone, I'm Joy Palmer-Cooper. I'm a board member of Rotary Great Britain and Ireland, and I'm the representative of the District Governors 2024 to 25. What I'm talking about today is making Rotary relevant to the world of business at the level of corporate membership. Now, Rotary can be made relevant to business on a variety of different scales. And what I'm going to be talking about are small businesses, local to any Rotary club, which anyone watching this can think about and to go and do tomorrow. Because every Rotary club has small businesses within their local community who could well engage with corporate membership. There's going to be a linked presentation on making Rotary relevant to much larger businesses. And we, of course, with RGB&I are calling that enterprise membership, which Nitesh Joshi will be talking about in a separate presentation. Now, I'm going to be talking about making Rotary relevant to business in your local community. And I'm talking about a case study of what one club in District 1030, the northeast of England, has been doing, and about how that district is now embracing corporate membership, and the whole thing is gaining momentum at a district level. And of course, this can now be rolled out on a national level. I'm well aware that a lot of people listening to this probably have corporate members, which is splendid. But for some, this is a new way of attracting members. I apologise because quite a lot of what I'm going to be saying is about my own club, which is Alnwick Rotary in District 1030. But can we just agree that this is a case study? This doesn't matter which club it is. It's an example of a strategy that is working, and it could be replicated in any Rotary club anywhere in Rotary Great Britain and Ireland. As we have said, this is all about making Rotary relevant to business at local level. Rotary, as we know, was born out of business relationships, and I believe that businesses have a crucial role to play in developing Rotary today. So we have pursued corporate membership with great success. We now have 10 corporate members in the club, and we are talking to others. They're all very, very different companies, as I'll come on to in a moment. But they are all very well known and successful, respected businesses in the local community. So what is this thing called corporate membership? It's an alternative membership package. And what this does is allows a Rotary club to involve a business, non-profit making or whatever company into Rotary by offering a membership package to some of its employees. Slightly different way from having individual members of Rotary joining your club. So having corporate members increases the club's membership, and it expands its network. It expands its visibility in the community. Members joining this way gain access to all of the fellowship and service opportunities which your Rotary club provides, and with the possibility of a much smaller time commitment than is normally given by individual members of a Rotary club. The formalities are extremely simple. It requires just minor changes to a club bylaws. It took us a matter of minutes to make those changes, and sample bylaws are certainly available for any club that would like to investigate this way of doing things. What we have to remember is that a business cannot be a corporate member. Only people can be members of a Rotary club and of Rotary International. Now, Rotary International articulates two models for corporate membership. And the one that we have used with great success, and the one that I would recommend, is Model 1. And briefly, within this model, the one member of the company's workforce is inducted as the principal member of your Rotary club. And then there could be one or two or three or possibly four others who are termed alternate members. Any of these people can attend Rotary meetings. They all receive information about the club, about the activities of the club. The alternate members cannot stand for office in the club, and they cannot vote at any of the meetings where votes are required. So you have one principal member and a small number of alternate members. And the company pays the subscription for the principal member only. Okay? And the club is credited with one member on the Rotary databases. So really what all this is about is a shared membership between a group of very busy people who by definition are working, they belong to a business, and they don't have time to come to weekly meetings of the club, the company. The name of Rotary is promoted within the business, and all of the employees of this business could well support Rotary activities and Rotary events. So what you're actually doing is attracting members into the Rotary Club who would not normally have the time to be in that club. You're creating new partnerships that are going to become known in the community, and you are definitely increasing resources and capacity for service activities and the sponsorship. Oh, what about the company? Well, they are gaining tremendously through association with our worldwide organization. Membership of Rotary elevates the company's image in the community. Employees can become involved in volunteering, they can support your local projects, and they could also become involved in wider projects, international projects, global grants, and so on. The whole world of international business links through Rotary is opened up, and employees can develop new leadership skills and new personal and social skills. The opportunities for personal development are very, very plentiful indeed. Some of the younger employees in the business could be your RILA candidates. How wonderful is that? The business has an opportunity to send young people on a free course run by Rotary. And very importantly, association with Rotary ticks all of the boxes for corporate social responsibility, which is so important to businesses in the world today. Being involved in Rotary, corporate social responsibility is a major addition to the company annual report and to every way in which it demonstrates its responsibility beyond the walls of the company's building. So that is model one, where we have a principal member and some alternate members sharing a membership within your club. Model two, I am not going to go into the details of this. This is where the company charges Rotary charges a rate for an agreed number of members into Rotary. And this overlaps very much with the second model I talked about at the beginning, which is enterprise membership. And there is going to be a separate presentation to explain the world of enterprise with larger companies. And what I'd like to do now is very briefly just run quickly through the corporate members which we have inducted into Rotary in Alnwick in Northumberland. And the reason I'm doing this is just to show the incredible range of businesses who may be interested in Rotary and can contribute to Rotary in very different ways. So who have we inducted? Blackshaw's is a very well-respected family-run car repair company. The White Swan Hotel is where the club meets. Nearly every week we are at the White Swan Hotel, a very obvious place to start with corporate membership. The White Swan is also a major tourist attraction because it happens to have a suite which is lined with the original wood panels from the sister ship of the Titanic. So a lot of visitors come to see that very elegant and beautiful room. The third one is a school, Duchess Community High School, where for years we've had a very significant relationship. The club engages with nearly all the Rotary competitions. We do coaching for sixth formers going on to university, Interact Club, an environmental impact challenge, etc., etc. What a wonderful way to bring that relationship into formality by inducting the school as a corporate member of Rotary. Then we have Ad Gefrin, which is an Anglo-Saxon museum and distillery. It showcases heritage, crafts and produce of Northumberland. The Alnwick Garden, medium-sized business, and together with Alnwick Castle is by far the largest importer of tourists into the town. 500,000 paying visitors are expected to pass through the gates of the garden and its associated Lilydori magical play village each year. Just imagine our logo in this place, potentially seen by 500,000 people every year. Shakan is a very successful Indian restaurant. Turnbull's another highly regarded family-owned food business. The Annick Playhouse speaks for itself. Large audience of people visiting the Playhouse to see the productions and musical events that are taking place there. And it also houses the Tourist Information Office and Library. So again, brings a lot of people into the building. Alncom are broadband providers, specialists in rural broadband solutions. And the 10th, hospice care. That speaks for itself. So highly regarded in the community for its amazing community support. So those are our 10. We're talking to others. So my message is, please don't think that corporate members have to be huge, substantial, multinational, or even national companies. Far from it. They can be in any size, shape, or form if they're in your community or local district. Anything from the local restaurant to the school to larger companies you may have in the vicinity. Our corporate members do a very great deal to engage with and to support the club. Principal and alternate members of each of the businesses I've been describing, they come when they can to meetings, which certainly is not every week, but they come when they can. Some we see fairly regularly, maybe once a month, whatever. They don't want to sit and have lunch every week. They want to do things. And engagement comes in a very wide variety of ways. Our corporate members help on the ground. They plant crocuses. They plant trees. They provide a choir for events. They judge youth competitions. They help develop environmental projects and judge environmental projects. They provide speakers. They provide sponsorship and a lot more besides. So there's a wide range of ways in which they can become involved. A lot of our corporate members have a very large customer base, and we're very proud to have the Rotary wheel on display. What an advertisement, and I'll come back to that in a moment. So all of these businesses are embedded in the club's activities, and they're spreading the name of Rotary very widely around the town and around the employee base of the company. All are actively promoting Rotary, and they're changing the nature of the club in very exciting ways. Now, this is a very important message. I'll repeat that. They are changing the nature of the traditional Rotary Club in 4 key and exciting ways. How are they doing that? First of all, they're bringing in younger members. In the slide, we see Georgina. She wanted to come into the club to help with our many youth activities. The second way they are changing the club is diversity. We inducted Mohammed and Abdul from Shakan in the restaurant. It was a wonderful evening. We went there, we had a meal, we had the induction, and there were other paying customers in other sections of the restaurant who were very interested in what we were doing there. Third way they're changing the club. They are promoting different thinking about what it means to be a Rotarian. Our club has 50 members. 1/5 of those are now corporate members. And we're slowly changing mindsets that all Rotarians have to be retired and all Rotarians have to sit down every week to have a meal. We are in an era of change in Rotary. And what this is all about is bringing a traditional club on this journey we are all embarking on. And we're bringing them on this journey in a way that's positive and which is appreciated by the club members. And that links on to the fourth way of how we are changing the club, and that is enhancing the membership experience. All of our business members are bringing a rich array of knowledge and experiences to club meetings and activities. They provide some wonderful speakers. Rotary is part of a hub for business networking now in the town. They talk to each other within the community. and our members feel a very wonderful sense of purpose of being a part of this. How to start the process? My advice is to talk to your club members. It is almost certain that some of them will have personal contacts in one of your local businesses. And I use the word business in the broadest sense of the term. And so personal contact is very important. Alongside that, or as well as that, go and talk to the director, to the person who owns the business, for the chief executive officer, or whoever this person calls themselves. I invited myself into all of our corporate businesses, and I had very, very positive meetings with appropriate personnel. Obviously, they varied considerably in their knowledge of Rotary. I had to explain the world of Rotary to some of them. Some were very familiar with the world of Rotary. But the gist of the conversation was along these lines. We in Rotary care about this community. You care about the community. Let's talk. That is the really important message. We have that in common, being embedded in the community, and let us have a conversation about how we can work together for the benefit of our local community. And I can honestly say that none of the businesses took any persuading to join us. They realized that there was a great deal in this for themselves and for the community that we all share. Promoting a sense of belonging is extremely important. I have already explained, and it is very obvious that corporate members cannot come to Rotary meetings every week and sit down and have a meal. So how are we going to engage them? Very, very important question. They must feel that they belong to Rotary. And the way that we do that is to have a member of the club who's a corporate member liaison Rotarian. This could be your membership lead, it could be your club secretary, or it could be a third person who particularly would like to work with the corporate members. And this person communicates very regularly with the corporate members. They find out what is happening on a week-by-week basis. Who are the speakers going to be? Do we have any particular activities coming up that they can join in, particular invitations to events, and feedback. Feedback is very, very important on their contributions and how this partnership of working together really is benefiting the community that we all share. So very, very important, like every individual Rotarian, to lock them into a sense of belonging to the club. Further potential. Acquiring corporate members doesn't necessarily start and end with inducting people into the club. By having businesses associated with your club, the Rotary message, the values, the logo is being spread around an employee base. So lots of other people, apart from the principal member and the alternates, are going to find out about Rotary through the regular newsletters, bulletins, whatever, are going into that company. And in most businesses, I suspect the employees are going to be younger than many of the traditional Rotarians in the club. And what potential that has. Perhaps a Rotaract club eventually could be started in one of the companies if it's large enough. Or if sufficient people develop an interest in Rotary, perhaps another club could be spun off, which is company-based. Innovative ways of thinking about Rotary meetings. Maybe some of the business employees would like to have a breakfast meeting before they go to their office or their kitchens or the laboratories or wherever. I could see breakfast meetings working very well in one or two of the businesses that we have now joined our club. That could be an optional meeting time for these busy people who can't come out at lunchtime or in the early evening. Maybe a few of the other employees would like to join Rotary in their own right. Maybe the alternate members would like to join as full members. Direct membership, another wonderful opportunity for busy people to join Rotary who don't have time to go to regular meetings. And finally, corporate members most certainly attract others. And this is very, very important. When I went to talk to our first one or two corporate members, they were very keen to join after we'd explained what all this was about. When I went to talk to, say, number 6 and 7 and 8, their response was, wow, you know, if the Annick Garden and the Playhouse and Shakan and the school are corporate members, we are definitely interested. Rotary is the place to be. We want to be part of the action. Yes, please, we would like to be part of this business network that is developing in the town. So the whole thing gathers momentum. And that is a very, very important message. If you get 2 or 3 or 4, I predict that you will very soon get 5 or 6 or 7, because Rotary is the place to be seen in the community. Rotary wheels attract attention. And these are plaques which we have had made and distributed to all of our corporate members. And they can put them on their walls or on their notice boards or anywhere which is appropriate. The one with the Duke of Edinburgh Award sign, which you can see in this slide, with the Rotary corporate member above it, that is in the entrance to the high school, right where every visitor, every person who enters that building is going to see it as they check into the school. That tells every visitor that the school does the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, and it also tells every single visitor that they belong to Rotary. What a powerful message is that? Every visitor to Annick Garden, and I mentioned earlier that they were looking at something like 500,000 every year, walks past a Rotary wheel and a Rotary plaque. This plaque has a sticker version that can be put on glass doors and windows if your corporate members don't have appropriate walls. And this sticker is on the main entrances of our Blackshaw's car sales fronted showrooms, glass fronted showrooms. It's on Shakan restaurant's window right by the door. And then Shakan also has the plaque over the till where you pay for your Indian meal when you go to collect it. And I was talking to Mohammed from Shakan a week or so ago. And as I walked through the door, he said, Mrs. Cooper, that plaque, it works. It does us so much good. And that's a wonderful story, straight from a corporate member. That was my greeting as I walked in. He said, we get Rotarians from other countries, from other places in the UK coming in here. We talk about Rotary. And he said, and we get people coming in here that say, what's that? Non-Rotarians that find out about Rotary from the corporate member. It's powerful. It really is powerful, and it works. The journey has to start somewhere, and from 1 or 2, others may follow, as I just said a few moments ago. And just think, if every club in Rotary Great Britain and Ireland just had 3 or 4 corporate members, or if the regional average was 3 or 4 per club, we would have thousands of new members in RGB and I. And I've been talking a lot about one club, and I apologized at the beginning for doing that, this case study, but I can let you know that in District 1030, the momentum is now gaining at district level. And several other clubs now have corporate members, either inducted or in conversation. They include a tertiary college, a jewellers, a borough council, and a town council, and a building society. Someone's even talking to a port authority, which just reinforces my message that corporate members don't come in any one size or shape. We can all find some. This is most definitely a win-win partnership. The Rotary Club definitely gains, the company gains, and there is huge potential for further development. Corporates are a very, very valued part of the Rotary family, with great potential to enhance the membership experience for traditional club members and for any new members coming into the club. I'm going to finish with some news, which is that one of the recently inducted corporate members in District 1030 is a branch of a building society, and the principal member of that branch is so enthusiastic about being a Rotarian, she has arranged for me to talk to the regional board of the building society about membership of Rotary. And this building society has about 40 branches. I'll pause. What potential there is there. Acorns and oak trees spring to mind. From one local building society, this could develop into engaging up to 40 local branches into Rotary, either The personnel of the branches could become members of their local Rotary clubs, or this could be the start of a process where local corporate membership initiatives are a catalyst for development into something much bigger. And that much bigger is enterprise membership, which I said right at the beginning is going to be the subject of a separate presentation, but a linked presentation. And I think the last example I've been talking about shows how the two are linked. A corporate membership could develop into an enterprise membership. So we're absolutely delighted we've gone down this route, and I thoroughly recommend it to anyone who is listening to this presentation.